Okay, so we're going to be doing Engage New York's Module 3, Lesson 4 today. And our concept development is we're going to look at how to bundle ones, tens, and hundreds to make the next biggest unit. As you can see up in the top corner, I have 1 1 showing. Now let's count together to place more ones into my place value box. Why don't you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now wait a minute. If I put another 1 in there, can I make a larger unit? Yes, I can make a larger unit. So what will that larger unit be? Very good. If you said tens, you would be correct. Once I add that 10th cube into the ones, I need to round them up, bundle them together, and move them over to the tens place. So let's make 1 10. As you can see, my yellow cubes from my ones place are now gone, and it has been replaced by a green tens rod. How many are in my ones box? 0. How many are now in my tens box? That would be 1. Very good. So now let's go ahead and count more tens into my place value blocks. Please go ahead and count with me. We've got the 1 that I already have, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and wait, if I put another unit of 10, can I make a larger unit? If I have 10 tens, can I bundle that together to make a larger unit? Yes, I will make what as my larger unit? What will be the next larger unit? If you said 100s, very good. 10 tens get bundled together to make 100. So let's put that 100 up there. Now take a look. How many tens are there in my tens box? 0. How many ones are there in my ones box? 0. Very good. So now let's go ahead and count on with our hundreds. Count with me. That's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and if I were to add a 10th one, would I bundle that? Yes, 10 hundreds get bundled together to become 1,000. 10 hundreds get bundled together to become 1,000. Now we're going to practice counting on from 476 up to 600. And we're going to use our knowledge of place value and how we bundle our hundreds, bundle our tens, and bundle our ones together to make larger units. The first thing we have to do, though, is we have to actually analyze that number. So let's look at and analyze 476. How many hundreds do we have? 4. How many tens do we have? 7. And how many ones should we have? 6. Nicely done. Now, if I've laid it out in my hundreds chart, this is what it's going to look like. I've got 4 hundreds blocks, 7 tens rods, which equals 70, and then 6 ones cubes. Okay, now we're going to start counting with this number, and we're going to move all the way up to 600. Where would I start counting? My hundreds, my tens, or my ones? Very good. If you said ones, you would be correct. I'm going to start by counting in my ones, and I'm going to count on until I get to a number that I can bundle, until I can get to 10. So we're not going to start counting with 1, we're going to start counting with 6 because that's how many I already show. So count with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we've got 10 ones cubes. What do we need to do? That's right. We need to bundle and move them over to the tens space. We're going to bundle them up and turn them into a tens rod. So let's go ahead and do that now. Whoop! There they go. They're bundled. And now we see them over here in our tens rods. Okay, so now, how many tens rods do I have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 tens rods because this tens rod right here is what came from my ones. Now I still need to count on because I'm not quite to 600 yet. So I'm going to count my tens next. Help me count from 8 tens. 9 tens, which would be 90, and 10 tens. What happens when I get that 10th one? Whoop! It disappears and it turns into a hundredths block because 10 tens get bundled together and become a hundredths. Now again, we're trying to get to 600. So let's count our hundredths blocks and see how many we have. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. If I have 500ths blocks and I'm trying to get to 600, how many more blocks do I need to add? That's right. I would need to add 1 extra 100. So let's do that now. I've added my additional 100. Now let's see what we have. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and 600. Were we able to count from 473 to 600? Yes, we were. We used our knowledge of bundling our 10 ones to become a tens rod, our 10 tens rods bundled up to become a hundredths block, and then we counted on in our hundreds. Very good. It's at this point in time we're going to let you stop and you're going to go do your problem set.